Hi, I am Joe, an artificially generated newscaster, and here's a recap of last week's most important cyber news. Let's start with Qakbot, the world's most popular malware strain. A massive operation involving the FBI and a bunch of other law enforcement agencies from across the world took place last week. The feds say they have thoroughly and completely destroyed the Qakbot, along with the entirety of its command and control infrastructure. All the data we have shows that it was a one-of-a-kind operation. At first, the law enforcement found Qakbot servers that were owned by an unnamed hosting company. They were taken over and disabled. Then, the traffic of the Qakbot botnet was intercepted and funneled into FBI servers, which allowed the feds to take control of the malware on all infected computers. It was then instructed to uninstall itself. According to some reports, Qakbot was responsible for up to a third of all malware infections. It was used by many of the most successful malware gangs and caused massive damage. So, it's quite an achievement. Another successful counter-cybercrime operation has been pulled off in Ukraine. The country's police say it took down a scam call center that employed over 800 people across 4 cities. The workers would call people pretending to represent banks, mobile operators, and other companies. After gaining the client's trust, they would start scamming them by offering various fraudulent investment schemes. This is the largest scam center taken down by the Ukrainian police in a while. There have been dozens of such operations recently, hinting that despite the war, Ukraine finally began a widespread crackdown on its thriving scam industry. Continuing with Ukraine, the country's security service said it discovered a new spy malware strain called infamous Chisel. Cybersecurity agencies of the US, UK, Ukraine, and several other countries published a joint report detailing how this malware specifically targeted Android phones of the Ukrainian military personnel. It used a vulnerability to maintain constant access to the victim's phone through the Tor network. All available data points to the malware being created and used by Russia as a part of its cyber warfare effort. In other news, 2 of the world's most powerful telescopes remain taken down by hackers. The attack started on August 1st, and targeted the Gemini North Telescope in Hawaii and Gemini South Telescope in Chile, along with several smaller telescopes. According to a recent update by NOAA Lab, an agency which controls them, the equipment remains inoperational. There is very little information on what kind of attack was conducted, and it seems none of the major cybercrime gangs took responsibility for it. These telescopes are some of the most advanced scientific facilities on the planet and are used by thousands of scientists from across the world. Let's hope the situation gets resolved soon. Mikhail Matveev, one of the most wanted hackers in the world, began selling his own merch. Matveev is suspected to be one of the masterminds behind Qakbot and has been charged with cybercrime back in May. He remains at large and is suspected to be enjoying a lavish lifestyle in Russia. He also has quite a following on Twitter, and considering the problems Qakbot has been experiencing recently, additional streams of revenue are probably not going to hurt him. And that's it for today. Last week I also released my monthly recap, so check it out, and see you in the next one.